Well, hello everyone. Mari Graceberg here, your host for the Joint Venture Success Summit. And here with me is John Pagulayan. And we're going to be talking about this 7-pixel puzzle to convert prospects to customers using email. I'm really excited about this topic. So get yourself ready, get a pen and a paper, because we're going to be digging deep into this. So, John, welcome to the stage.
Hey, thank you, Mary, for having me. Really, I know what to say. I'm excited. That's it.
I am excited as well, and I'm sure our viewers too. So, John, I love your story, and I love for you to share with our listeners because I'm sure they're wondering, okay, who is John Pagulayan? I know there's not too many that don't know you because you're pretty popular, especially the copywriting community. The copywriting community, the internet community, you are very popular. So share with us your story. What was it like before and after you incorporated partnering with other business owners? In our coaching space, we call it joint venture partnering, but there's a lot of terms about it. It's partnering in business, collaborating with each other, things like that. So share with us your story.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to give a bit of a context because again, it's when I tell people my story, they kind of like scratch their heads and think, is this guy for real? Right. And so I try as much as possible to give a bit of context. Now, right now, I didn't even dream of being where I am right now, to be honest, because I live in the Philippines, which is considered a third world country. And not even in the city. I live in the province where, I grew up in a province where English isn't even the second language. So, I'm an eldest in a sibling. I have 4 siblings, and this is in a family of a $200 income per month. So if you can just imagine, like if someone told me that background and asked me, like, do you think that guy would be a successful successful 6-figure copywriter? I'd say, hey, I'd say, hell no. No way. But, it happened to me. So I left home when I was 15 to study in a university, which is unluckily I didn't graduate from. I didn't graduate college, didn't even reach second year level. Aside from the usual expenses, let's just say that my heart wasn't usually in it. And, the fact that I got someone, I had a son by the age of 15, so that for me was like not really I cannot really classify it as like a burden, but for me that's a really huge responsibility at a really young age, and because of that I have to work really odd jobs. Like when I say odd, like some of the things I cannot even say here, just for some of them are kind of censored and stuff. But I work as a bagger in a grocery store. I was a helper at a billiards, in the billiard hall, service crew at McDonald's and other food establishments, and sales clerk at various boutiques like Levi's, Lee, and whatnot. So I've been working that, and the worst part is when I go home to my parents for the vacation. Just to take a little break, I can see it in their eyes, like they're looking at me, asking me like, "Are you okay? Are you getting by?" Right? Like there's like that look of disappointment, like even without them saying it, that they're thinking it. So the turning point for me really was when I got accepted to work at a call center for health insurance here in the city. And back, after I worked there for as a call center representative for 2 years, got promoted as a trainer, and I was earning, I think, $600 a month. And for me, that was a big step up from having like $100 per month job. And during that time, that phase lasted for 5 years. And during that time, that for me, I was like, dude, you're already making it. That was a feeling for me. And then it lasted 5 years, but life has a way of getting getting in. Life was a way of I don't know if I should say it, like kicking you in the ass or whatever. um, so at 5 years being a trainer, there was something that happened within the company that prompted me to resign. It was more about, I don't want to badmouth the company that I've been in, but yeah, let's just put that, let's just say that something happened that prompted me to resign. And being the confident, um, you know, I'm confident to, with my skills and with what I know. So I didn't have any problems resigning back then. I really thought I was, making a great choice. I mean, to hell with you guys. I'm going to go to another company. And it was then that I realized that it was really hard because first and foremost, I was already, experienced doing training. So, I can't really just hop into a company and become a trainer. Most of them are getting in-house. And aside from that, I didn't graduate college. So, the past is now, uh, coming and, hunting me. So, I tried, I tried to stay at home. I said to myself, I'm gonna give it a month or two, see my options, and panic when panic when the time comes that I need money. So I think I have like a bit of a stash saved in, like 7 to 8 months of stash saved. Now, so just like any other folks, I that's the time that I turned to the internet.
Mhm.
And I remember the very first phrase that I wrote in Google, and that was how to make money online. That's that's the I don't know, that's the eternal phrase. And most of the people I talk to, that's the very first phrase that I typed in Google. And turns out there was this whole other world right behind the curtain that I have no idea is happening. Guys making, 7 figures, 8 figures. I'm showing their, cars, their huge homes, and I'm like, I want that. I want whatever it is that they have. I want that. That's what I'm thinking.